Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about tanning. Not just tanning, but self-tanning. I have a super pale skin and I've been struggling with that ever since I can remember. You know, it's super hot and trendy to be tan, but for some people, that's just not going to happen. First of all, it is super dangerous for people with very pale skin, as myself, to get a normal suntan because you're exposing yourself to really bad UV radiation. So staying in the sun is definitely out of the question for me. And so for many years, I've been looking for the alternative to sun to make my skin look really tan without harming it. And yes, of course, I've been trying self-tanning lotions for years. I've never been satisfied with the self-tanning lotion. And I'll tell you why. So first and foremost, I was really put off by the orange tone. That was a big no for me. Secondly, if you've ever tried a self-tanning lotion, you know that you have to endure that unbearable smell for hours, maybe even days. Yes, that was again a big no for me. And third reason, and maybe the most important for me, was that I could never get an even tan. It was absolutely impossible. I would always have streaks or spots or just simply uneven areas. And the worst thing of all was that if you're left with spots and streaks and the uneven tan, you are going to have to go through life. Well, not through life, but like for 3 or 4 days, you cannot get rid of those spots. Trust me, I've tried scrubbing, I've tried everything. So once you get that uneven tan, you're gonna have to live with it for a few days. So these are the main 3 reasons why I decided to give up on self-tanning lotions. But that was up until a few weeks ago when I was watching an Instagram video and I saw someone using a very good self-tanning foam. And since I've not been going out that much, I figured I could just give it another try. And if I'm spotty again, I would just stay in and probably not use self-tanners ever again. So the product that I decided on is the self-tanning foam from Bondi Sands. Now, I've researched a bit and I figured that the best self-tanner would be a foam. So I decided on the foam because I've tried liquids, sprays, and self-tanning lotions and I was not able to evenly distribute those across my skin. For a perfect result, I'm gonna give you the do's and don'ts of self-tanning application. One of the first rules of self-tanning is using the application mitt. So that's the application mitt that I use. This is what it looks like. I had a hard time deciding between this one and one that had an opposable thumb. I was thinking of getting the mitt with the opposable thumb only because I figured it would be easier to maneuver. But I'm super happy I got this one because I realized you don't really need the opposable thumb in a self-tanning application mitt. And also I figured that maybe some product would get in the crease between the opposable thumb and the rest of the mitt. So I went for this one. It has a super soft velvety fabric. It feels really nice on your skin. And most importantly, it has some sort of plastic that prevents the self-tanner from getting on your hand. If you've ever applied self-tanning lotion with your bare hands, you know that you will get those orange hands no matter how hard you try to wash it off after. Now, I was also worried that the application mitt might slip from my hand while using it, but because of the movement and the pressure applied, it will not come off. Now, moving on, preparation is the first step and the most important step of the self-tanning routine. The preparation of the skin actually starts 24 hours before actually applying the self-tanner. It is highly recommended that you do a peeling 24 hours prior to the application. Now, here's what you need to do the day of. You need to make sure you shave your legs and any other areas that you normally shave. Now, this is super important and I'll tell you why. The self-tanning lotion will cling to your hair and it will go inside every little pore at the base of your hair. And that will make it look like you haven't shaved in days. So definitely make sure you don't have any hair on your legs. Third step of the preparation is the most important one for me, and that is hydration. I have super dry skin and self-tanning products will cling to the most dry areas of your skin, and that's what will cause the spotting that we all hate. The areas that you need to hydrate the most are your knees and your elbows. So to sum it all up, make sure you exfoliate, you take a shower and you shave, and you hydrate your skin. The most important areas to hydrate are the knees and the elbows. So if you look on the tube, it actually says that you need to make sure that your skin is clean, exfoliated, and free of any moisturizer. Well, that doesn't really work for me. I have to put as much moisturizer as I can on my elbows and my knees. And I suggest you do the same. No matter how moisturized your skin is, the product will definitely cling to your knees and your elbows. Okay, we will get to the application in a few moments. I just need to talk about a few key points before. While applying, you need to remember you are only applying product with one side of the mitt, which is the wet side, and the other side is what we call the dry side. It is super important for later, you will see. It is crucial that you only apply the product with one side and you keep the other side dry. Now, the application will only be done in circular motion. And the most important rule of self-tanning is to leave your elbows and your knees last. Actually, this also goes for the back of your hand and your knuckles. You will only apply product to your elbows, knees, and the back of your hand using the leftover product on the wet side. When applying product to the back of your hand, you need to make sure you bend your knuckles and you apply product like this. It is super important that you do that because you need to make sure you evenly distribute the product inside the creases. If you feel like you've applied a bit too much product on an area, you will use the dry side to go over it and remove the excess. I think we're ready. Now let's get to work. If you go for the foam like me, make sure you shake this well before applying. Remember to avoid the elbows all the way to the end. Okay, now it's time for the elbows. Just go super gently once or twice, and that's it. Now use the leftover product for the back of your hand. Bend your knuckles. That's it. Okay, now what you need to do is leave the product on for at least 6 hours. If you're a beginner, I would recommend 6 hours and then showering. If you know what you're doing, you can leave it up to 24 hours and then shower. I will put here a photo of my skin before and after application so you can see the results. Now, you need to make sure no single drop of water touches your skin after the application, all the way to the shower. This includes hand washing. If you wash your hands, then the product on the back of your hands will wash off and you will get an uneven tan. After you're done with the application, make sure you dress in some loose clothes. I actually recommend not wearing underwear or just wearing a super loose pair of underwear that minimizes the friction between the skin and the fabric. And that way, the product will not come off. So in conclusion, after the application, my main 3 points about this product are the following. It does not have that horrible smell of burnt chicken or whatever. It actually smells a bit coconutty and it's super pleasant, so that's a plus. It leaves you with a super even tan. I did not have any streaks or spots or anything on my skin. Third and most important point is that it does not have that orange shade that we all hate. It actually has a more olive shade, super close to the natural shade of tan that we all have. So that was it. I hope you really enjoyed my video. And if you do go for the Bondi Sands self-tanning foam, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Mwah!